Good morning. Good morning, everybody. This is
Morning,
Frida
morning,
Gates.
and Jarvis Gates.
We're coming live from Atlanta to you this morning. How everybody doing? If you can see the comment box, please put some comments up this morning and let us know that you're on with us. Who's on with us this morning? This morning. Good morning to you. We're coming live on Facebook Live this morning on Let's Stay Together. We've got a hot topic we want to talk about. And so we're going to get started. We're aiming for 15 minutes to be on here because we know everybody's time is precious. And so we're aiming for 15 minutes. But I do want to always just start off with welcoming everyone here. If you may be a first-time person that's on here, or you may be watching us by replay. So we just welcome you today anyway. Good morning to you.
Morning.
I want to start off by reading 1 Peter 3. We don't want to keep it, so Pastor Gates and I say we want to keep it fun, transparency, and active with you. So we don't want to always be like we just being churchy, but the Word of God stands in our marriage strongly. And so it should in any relationship, whether it's in your family, with husband and wife, your children, or whatever, the Word of God always stands true. Okay, so I'm reading 1 Peter chapter 3, and I'm reading verse 7. Because our topic, I'm going to give you our topic after I read this. And it's an awesome topic. And you may find yourself in what we're talking about for 15 minutes today. Look at this. I'm coming out of 1 Peter chapter 3 and verse 7. And it says, likewise, ye husbands, dwell with them according to the knowledge, giving honor unto the wife as unto the weaker vessel, and as being heirs together of the grace of life. Wow. That your prayers be not hindered. Likewise, ye husband, dwell with them according to knowledge, giving honor unto the wife as unto the weaker vessel, and as being heirs together of the grace of life, that your prayers be not hindered. That's 1 Peter chapter 3 and verse 7.
Wow, baby, the main thing is, the key in that verse is dwell.
Dwell.
A lot of times, man, I think about our life if we had learned to dwell with each other instead of bringing our own experiences and thinking that we always was right and I'm right and all of that and
had it together. Right. And that's where a lot of marriages, that's where a lot of marriages go wrong from the beginning, because they always think that they're coming in with everything together, like they know that person. I don't care if you dated 5 years or 10 years, you never know no one all the way. Because we're still, Pastor Gates and I have been married 24 years, and we're still learning each other. Our kids, we're still learning them, and they're adults. They're still learning us and our ways. And so you never outgrow knowing your spouse or knowing the person you're in a relationship with. So that's one of the keys to what we're going to talk about today. The title, you've seen the title, what we're talking about. What we're talking about is don't be a critic. Don't be a critic.
And the thing of it is, I often say all the time, and you need to get this because it's important. A lot of times when you don't say nothing, your body language still say something. You remember how critical I was, and sometimes, baby, you were critical too. Sometimes in our own right. And a lot of times we didn't understand that. It was damaging our relationship.
Right.
We don't want to make this just all about marriage, but we want to deal with family, deal with relationship while you're single. There are a lot of things that you yourself, because of the state that you're in, you have become so critical personally. And really what you're having a problem is really with yourself. Have you ever been to a place where you just don't really like yourself? Everybody else seeing you one way, but you are real critical even of yourself. Somebody tell you how good you look today.
You tell them, I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I experience that all the time with women. I compliment women and I'd say, ooh, your hair is sharp, or ooh, you look so beautiful. I like the dress you got on. Oh, this old thing, I bought this 10 years ago from Sears. I mean, who cares? You're rocking it. You're looking good. So we got to stop. First of all, the first thing we need to stop being critical with ourselves, because if we're critical with ourselves, Pastor Gates, we're always going to be critical with each other, with the person that's right before us.
And I also learned that, because I was one that really, you know, sometimes you can think highly of yourself. And therefore, when you think highly of yourself, pride,
yes.
you can look at the other person
and be critical
toward them.
Right.
You know, and I had that, you know.
Yeah, you had it bad with me.
I had that real bad. You know,
Hey, Conica Marshall, that's my spiritual daughter, joining in. Good morning,
sweetie.
Good
morning. And we, you know, I just had that real bad because I thought, you know, a lot of times you think you got it going on and you told yourself that,
right.
But yet and still it's really a part of selfishness that have really come in. I was reading the other day and baby, it was so powerful because
right.
I thought about something. I was reading about words. I was reading about attitude.
Right,
I was reading about actions, and something just came into my spirit, which we know what that something is.
Right.
The Holy Spirit really was dealing with us and telling me that when negative words, when negative words meet with attitude and collide with actions, man, you create a critical spirit.
That's right.
You create a critical spirit.
Right. What about the time when I was cooking? What was I cooking? Spaghetti. Now, y'all, I can cook. I have learned to train myself. That's why I say women that say they wife material and they ready, you better go take some cooking classes, because if you marrying a man like my husband, that joker will tell you can't cook and you trying to serve him up some hot food.
And men, this for you too, you know, sometimes my wife used to call me just being dumb honest.
Dumb honest.
Just being dumb honest. You know, just because you feel a thing don't mean that you have to blur it out.
Exactly.
You know, and I know some of us are dealing with, you know, with critical, our husband, our boo, or whoever that we're connected to, even in relationships. Some of us grew up in families. Our mother, our father might have been
very
critical. You know, you know, telling you, you know, go back in there and change your clothes. You ain't going out like that.
That ain't looking good on you.
It ain't looking good on you. And,
Not my mama though.
And it was building and it was tearing down really your self-confidence. So, you know, when I looked at that and I thought about all the time the words, man, that, you know, getting back what you said about when you cook.
Right.
How many know, you know, as a man, you ought to be grateful when a woman is cooking for you.
Cook you anything.
And my wife cooked that food that day, and I like, what is this?
Yes, you did.
You know.
Hurt my little feelings. Honeymoon was over, freshly married, trying to cook a good meal. And he said, what in the world is this? Just crushed me.
And, you know, you always...